Text 61. Chaitanya Nityanande Tanara Parama Vishwas Chaitanya Charite Tanra Parama Ullas. Pandit Haridas had great faith in Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda. Therefore, he took great satisfaction in knowing about their pastimes and qualities. Vaishnavera gunagrahe na dekhaye dosh kaya mano vakya kare Vaishnava santosh. He always accepted the good qualities of Vaishnavas and never found fault in them. He engaged his heart and soul only to satisfy the Vaishnavas. It is a qualification of a Vaishnava that he is adoshadarshi. He never sees others' faults. Of course, every human being has both good qualities and faults. Therefore, it is said, Sajjana gunamichani, doshamichani, pamaraha. Everyone has a combination of faults and glories. But a Vaishnava sober man accepts only a man's glories and not his faults. For flies seek source, whereas honeybees seek honey. Haridas Pandit never found fault with the Vaishnava, but considered only his good qualities. So many times, in an attempt to practice what Srila Haridas Pandit is exemplifying here, one faces a challenge. And the challenge is, or the challenge manifests in the form that, so one may say that, okay, I am not running behind seeking faults of others or trying to criticize others and trying to manufacture and imagine faults. But these faults and discrepancies are so evident, what can be done? These faults and discrepancies are so evident, what can be done? Now, and sometimes the reasoning comes that for the sake of the mission, for the sake of the integrity of the mission, the preaching, and the other Vaishnavas, this discrepancy is so prominent. What to do? So how to just be a sentimental type of, say, a dull type of fellow who is inert to the reality of what is happening around? That is a kind of that is the kind of feeling that may arise. And sometimes when devotees say, I'm not finding it for myself, I am finding it for the sake of the mission. So what is supposed to be done? Now, Srila Prabhupada explains very vividly, it is not that one has to be a gullible kind of dull fellow, That okay, anybody who is a Vaishnava, he is all he's all good qualities. He's almost a pure devotee, Mahabhagavad. So when one comes new in Krishna consciousness, one sees everyone like that. But that vision, it's a good vision, but it doesn't remain for long like that. So the point is, you see, uh, the point is, whatever a devotee does, he does it in knowledge. A devotee is not hovering around on the plane of illusion. So, respect and ignorance, any fool can do. Is it not? Means anyone can do. Is it not? Respect and ignorance, anyone can do. Actually, there is because one is ignorant. Is it not? Respect and ignorance, anyone can do. There is nothing great about it. Actually, it is. But respect and knowledge, respect and knowledge is the point, is the problem which we have to solve. Is it not? Respect and knowledge. No. That is the process of yoga. Can we respect in knowledge? That's the homework. That's the level which you want to rise to. Is it not? It's not. Sometimes so respect and knowledge. Knowledge of what? Prabhupada is explaining. Every Vaishnava has a combination. Everyone rather has a combination of faults and glories. Is it not? Faults and glories. Similarly, every practicing sadhaka will have a combination of both. Now, knowing both and respecting the good, that is the process of yoga, actually. That yes, as a sadhaka, it is not that we are not able to see things. We are able to see everything. But a sadhaka does not relish and churn seeing the faults. He is not a fault monger. He is a good monger. He wants to see the good. Why do we want to see the good? There are primarily two reasons. First of all, whatever we see gets into our systems and starts breeding in our systems. So if we see faults, then those faults start germinating in our hearts as well. And if we see the good qualities, then those good qualities and dedication will start germinating. So qualities, what breeds in our heart, what germinates in our heart, starts from vision. What we see becomes the seed. What we further see now starts to breed. And what we keep seeing starts becoming our creed. Category. That's the category which or that's a characteristic. That is a characteristic which we start seeing or which we become. That's the point. That is the point which is being. Now we say, no, but there are faults. What to do about the faults? Like that. So there are faults. What to do about the faults? Now we have seen actually our parampara, our acharyas have shown. Now the second reason is, our parampara, our acharyas have shown is that when we see and fan the good in others, the good in others increases. Is it not? So our seeing, acknowledging, and fanning, encouraging, and any side will result in the growth of that side. So if we press on the good in others, we fan on that, we encourage on that, encourage devotees on that, that good, the quotient of good increases. If the quotient of good increases, the quotient of faults will reduce, is it not? So therefore, there is no need to bring the faults into, yes, there is no need to bring the faults into excessive emphasis, is it not? So we emphasize the good, the faults will reduce, is it not? But we emphasize the faults and we press on the faults, then the faults will increase. Why the faults will increase? Because the other person becomes dejected, morose, he feels neglected, he feels he is not acknowledged, is it not? That is the point. So, so that means the way to deal with the faults is to handle the good, is it not? To safeguard, to nourish, to protect, encourage, fan, fuel the good. That is the point. That is the point. So therefore, the platform of real respect is respect in knowledge. So we know what we are doing, we know why we are doing, is it not? So it's not uh, it's not no, out of illusion or out of ignorance that we are just reading, oh, everybody is goody goody, people are not so goody. We understand everything, but understanding the science of dealings, that what is called as help, what will help us, what will help others. Interestingly, what is helpful for us is helpful for the other person also, is it not? So actually, Krishna consciousness is such a beautiful process, that in the sense that the self-interest and interest of others actually come in one line, become the same. So if one feels, no, I am interested in serving others, okay, then fan the good, is it not? Encourage the good, protect the good in others, is it not? If somebody says, no, I don't care about others, I'm interested in my self-realization or my progress, okay, then fan the good in others, is it not? You will get what you fan, is it not? So Krishna consciousness is very amazing, actually. So whether one is selfless, selfish, whatever it is, in the true sense, if one comes to the platform of the true sense, both of them are the same, is it not? Both of them are the same. Nirantara shuneteno chaitanya mangal tanara prasade sunena vaishnava sakal. He always heard the reading of Sri Chaitanya Mangal. And all the other Vaishnavas used to hear it by his grace. Kataya Sabha Ujjwala Kare Yena Purna Chandra Nijaguna Amrite Badhaya Vaishnava Ananda. Like the full moon, he illuminated the entire assembly of Vaishnavas by speaking Sri Chaitanya Mangal. And by the nectar of his qualities, he increased their transcendental bliss. So in this verse, we can see that actually, so it is said actually that when a Vaishnav he speaks, no, it is his qualities which speak. Uh, it is his qualities which actually manifest. And if others are attentive, they can catch those qualities. That qualities comes in our heart. That's why we hear from Vaishnavas, because not only we get information, not only we get awakening, not only we get ignition, but there is a transmission also. So there is awakening because our Jnana Chakshu is developed. There is ignition because we get inspiration. But at the same time, there is transmission and conductance also. Is it not? The qualities of a Vaishnava start getting transmitted. So here the pastimes of the Lord in Shri Chaitanya Mangal are anyways no resplendent and effulgent. But when these pastimes are being reflected or being no, these pastimes are being transmitted through no, through Srila Haridas Pandit, then it is becoming all the more ecstatic, is it not? So it becomes all the more ecstatic. It's like this actually, that if now it's like this, suppose no, so it's like saying one musical instrument is very sweet, like that. But then in between, another person comes and no, but he is not that sweet, and I mean his tunes are not that sweet. Then the whole thing, it's a very nice, sweet thing going on, but then there is a noise which is in between, which is irritating, sort of. So a person who is not qualified, or a person who is not genuine and qualified, and he will add noise actually. That is the point. Like sometimes you have seen a very nice kirtan is going on, some child comes, out of his innocence and all that, and no ill feelings for the child. The child comes out of his innocence, like that, and then actually he doesn't know how to play, So he has taken the kartal and he is banging in anyway, trajectory here and there, like that. So when he's banging, it's a little difficult. So so I have seen myself being in kirtan, and then some devotee well-wisher son or has come and he is doing like that. It becomes very difficult to go on. So I have found, I mean, you want to accommodate, but then it becomes very difficult to go on, because I have seen actually it becomes very difficult to focus, because you know you cannot play and keep the rhythm, and then keep the peace of the mind, and it becomes difficult. So why? Because that is noise. So what happens that when so one is sharing Krishna Katha, and sharing Krishna Katha, but his qualities are speaking, so Krishna Katha is one tune. It's a very melodious tune, it's a very melodious symphony, like that. But then the qualities also should, synchronize with that symphony. That means a preacher has to be a genuine practitioner, then his qualities will be syncing, like that. So then the sound will be palatable. It's okay. It's a good kirtan going on, like that. Otherwise, the qualities will do, offbeat, or a random beat, and therefore it will be very noisy, difficult to take it up. That's exactly what is being mentioned here. Actually, the qualities, synchronize with the speech. Is it not? Therefore, you see, our acharyas do not recommend uh, hearing from professional reciters. We want to hear from practitioners, not professional reciters, like that. So mind it, when we are talking about qualities, these the barometer of qualities is engagement, practice, not state. State is the domain of Krishna. State, so if practice is genuine and sincere, it is so it is the Lord's guarantee that state he will take care. Is it not? Who is at what state, what platform, that is not what we are concerned about. We are concerned about genuineness of practice. Yeah. Genuineness of practice. Who is sincerely practicing Krishna consciousness? What is his state? Whether he is on Bhava platform or he is on Anartha Nivriti platform, wherever he is, that is Krishna's game, is it not? The state of the heart. No, anyways, it's difficult for us. So we see sincerity of practice. And practice is by default linked to state. Steadiness of practice means the state is deep enough, is it not? That is the point. So, therefore, one should not get confused about state. We should focus on no, practitioner. So we need a practitioner. So here we see that just because Haridas Pandit was having glorious, wonderful Vaishnava qualities, when he was reciting Chaitanya Mangal, it was it was such an amazing display which increased the transcendental bliss of all the Vaishnavas. Teno ati kripa kari yagya kaila more Gaurangera Shesha Lila Varni Bharatare. By his causeless mercy, he ordered me to write about the last pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Teno ati kripa kari agya kaila more. Gaurangera Shesha Lila Varni Bharatare. He ordered me to write about the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is so beautiful. So it is Haridas Pandit who gave that instruction, is it not? So who gave that instruction? And it is Srila Haridas Pandit who gave that instruction actually. So that it is amazing to see the reaction of Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. His heart. So the instruction was given. That is amazing. The instruction was given. So what is more amazing to see is that how Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami received it in his consciousness. That should be our consciousness. That teno ati kripa kori hakya kaila more. That by giving me instruction to do a particular service or to do some service for Krishna, great agya kaila more, ati kripa kori. So to get an instruction how to serve Krishna is a great mercy, is it not? That's a beautiful aspect. And we are seeing Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is so grateful, is it not? No. So it's so grateful. And that is the that is the prerequisite required for empowerment, like that. Sometimes it is said that okay, with instruction comes empowerment. That is true, but actually there is a prerequisite. So with instruction comes the opportunity. That's the first step. When we very gratefully accept the opportunity, then we and we very determinedly, with determination commit to that service, then we get empowered. So it's a three-step phenomena. Instruction is, yes, in summary, instruction is empowerment, but we have to do some homework there. Is it not? No. Instruction gives opportunity, is it not? When we are grateful, and that gratitude will manifest in commitment. We say, yeah, I'm very grateful, but the testimony of gratitude is commitment, dedication, is it not? And when there is dedication now, When now there is dedication, then we get empowered. There is determination and dedication, then we get empowered. So, yeah, one more component is needed. Yeah. So commitment to stand by the service and dependence on Krishna, along with dependence on Krishna. Yeah. So then we get empowered actually. So here, the right platform is shown like that. So, so here the right platform is shown. So sometimes one feels that okay, I am not getting enough service, like that, or if somebody would come and instruct us like that, it will be so great. You know, it will be so great and so amazing. I will also receive instruction, and then it will be so glorious for me. Actually, we see that when we come in the association of devotees, there is no dearth of instructions. You know, there is no dearth of instructions. Now our movement is over flooding with instructions. Actually, yeah. Our movement is over flooding with instructions. So sometimes you're very far away from devotees, you may not understand. And then we may find emptiness of instructions of what to serve, what not to serve, like that. But when we are in the association of devotees, there is no dearth of services. There is no dearth of instructions actually. you know. Like yesterday, I was talking to one devotee, who is based in America, Boston right now. So he was making the point that yes, Prabhu, here I see that the temple here has so much need, so much services. No. So one who is in the temple, he gets so much service that he is not able to, he doesn't get time to sleep, eat, that much service is there. And that is the case in all over the world temples. It's not just one temple in Massachusetts, but it is the case all over the world, actually. So there is so much service. There is so much service. And so what is required? So there is no dearth of service, there is dearth of the heart to accept the service and commit to that service. That is the point, is it not? Now we may say instructions, okay, no, but we don't find, that okay, our Guru Maharaj has called us, personally, taken and spoken the instruction in our ears, like that, no? So and yeah, so we say okay, that I have not received any personal instruction, like that, and therefore, I'm not very sure what I'm supposed to do, like that. Actually, uh so so sometimes, that kind of trap, comes, in the mind. The mind creates that kind of traps actually. Our acharyas have shown there is no difference between personal instruction, general instruction, specific instruction, uh, specific instruction, or there is no differentiation. Instruction is an instruction. Isn't it? So that is why we are saying that there is no dearth of instructions. Is it not? No. An instruction brings the opportunity, and with the opportunity, there is a potency, and there is a mercy. So, specific instruction, generic instruction, both equally potent. What is generic instruction? An instruction which is being said in class. It's a generic instruction. So an instruction, okay, please stand to the cause of, say, preaching. It's a generic instruction, the book distribution, generic instruction. Is it? So, but there is no difference between generic instruction and specific instruction, personal instruction and class instruction. It's the same. And our acharyas have proved it, is it not? You see, Srila Prabhupada, so when he, when Srila Prabhupada came, then Srila Prabhupada, to actually, so the two instructions which we know about, okay, Srila Prabhupada got, and he made his life and soul those instructions. Actually, both these instructions started on a very generic note. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to tell everyone that you are educated, you preach all over the world Lord Chaitanya's message in English language. He used to tell everyone he meets the same thing, is it not? Because he was encouraging everyone. That means he was offering to everyone the opportunity to be an instrument in Lord Chaitanya's mission. He was giving entrance in Lord Chaitanya's army to everyone, is it not? And because he was such a merciful Acharya, he was giving entry to anyone and everyone, is it not? That was the point. But Prabhupada took it very seriously, is it not? And there would have been others also who would be sitting and hearing, and they would be nodding, and they would have heard Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj saying that he preached all over the world in the English language. But it is, it depends on so who exhibited or fluffed who actually unleashed the mercy. One who stood by it, is it not? So there is no difference between generic instruction and specific instruction. We should not get trapped by it, actually. So it's not that, oh, if Prabhupada would have given direct instruction to us, Prabhupada is giving direct instruction to us today also. How? Through his books, through his disciples, through the movement. That's the point. So therefore, Teno ati kripa kari, akya kaila more, gaurangera shecha lila varni bharatare. See, now the question will come that, okay, why did, okay, Vrindavandas Thakur, he wrote the childhood pastimes, then he wrote elaborately about the glories of Lord Nityananda. The book became voluminous, so he stopped there. So now the question comes to that, Srila Vrindavandas Thakur, why he didn't, write a second volume? He could have only finished it up like that. So he could have only finished it up. Or, we can say that, okay, he had more credibility, so he would have been offered, the service of writing the second volume again. Is it not? So now, so, so the point is that, we have to appreciate the point that the Vaishnav Sangha creates this oceanic wave, like that. In an ocean there are these various waves which come. So so that Sangha is very powerful. So when devotees, they have love for each other, and when there is that Sangha in which different devotees are contributing, then that becomes very powerful and overwhelming. And this is what our acharyas are highlighting us, like that. So you see the point. The point is this Sangha, like that. We can